This car will do what you tell it to do more than any of their other cars. But it will talk to you and tell you when it's not happy. So it will break out when you're not handling it correctly. This is a wild car. It puts 700 horsepower onto the rear wheels. It is very light to drive. It is scary fast. It is really nice on this track, and this track is a scary track. The drivers here, including Walter Röhrl, say it is one of the most beautiful tracks they've ever seen. It is challenging. It is scary as hell. You get airborne if you try hard enough, and you have weightlessness if you're a passenger. It's awesome, but you gotta learn it. This car on this track is really scary. It is lighter than the other cars. It has more aerodynamics that push it down. You have aero that you adjust from road to track if you want to. It is just an awesome piece of machinery, and it is the wildest thing to drive on this track. On the road, it is surprisingly docile. It's calm to a point when you understand, yes, it's a Porsche GT car, so they're not the most relaxed beast. This is actually quite drivable on the road. And yet when you kick it, it kind of rears up, moves forward. It ends up very light. When we go onto the track, it's a whole different animal. We've driven road cars where you can really feel the aero pushing down. That is not really the case here. The car always feels light. Even on this straight, which we're doing 270 plus, you don't feel like you're being pushed down. The car always feels light and agile. And you get out there and you're using the brakes, but you're not using the brakes to slow down. You're using the brakes to settle the car. And then you don't expect the car to handle it, but it does. This car is much better than most drivers, much better than I am. You can steer it into a corner. It will break out very easily, but it's super controllable. And then it puts 700 horsepower down onto a curve. It's amazing. It feels like the old cars. Walter Röhrl said it felt like the 930 turbos. What he said was that this car will do what you tell it to do more than any of their other cars. But it will talk to you and tell you when it's not happy. So it will break out when you're not handling it correctly. But if you handle it correctly, it will do wonders.